All right, so we are starting a Los Angeles Rams franchise, and I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. This team is trash and getting old. Now they do have two absolute studs in Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald. The issue is Matthew Stafford is only a 75 overall. He's 35 years old, and if you look at his contract, you're paying a lot. You're paying a lot for him. In fact, it's 4 more years in total. It's running around 170 million. So in real life, I'm not quite sure they're ready to give up on him. Not necessarily give up, but move on. I suppose. But we are. We are not paying that under any circumstance. And on top of that, whoops. On top of that, Aaron Donald is 99 still. However, he's 32, and we're just not in a win now kind of mode. We're trying to build. So, although every Rams fan would hate it, we're looking to trade him. And I could wait till the midpoint, which is actually what I think they will do in real life. But he's just, we don't really want to win this season. We're already one of the lowest overalls, if not the lowest. And it just doesn't really make sense to try and win like 4 games halfway through the season and then tank. So we're just going to try and trade him right now. And we're going to get rid of Matthew Stafford. We might cut him. If we can trade him, we will. I'm going to try and keep this very realistic. But, you know, I also don't want this to take 5 seasons to make this team decent. So what I'm thinking is we'll trade Aaron. Almost said Rodgers. We'll trade Aaron Donald for some draft picks. And we'll see what we can get out of it. I think it's going to be a lot. Now, for the rest of the team, real quick, we'll go over it. Cooper Kupp is getting older. However, I'm going to try and get a rookie QB in this draft class, more than likely. And it will be a lot easier for me to develop him if I have an elite wide receiver. So we're probably keeping Cooper Kupp. I can't imagine we're trading him. Offensive line, tackles are a little bit older. This guard really needs to be upgraded, but the center and left guard are fine for now. Higby's a little bit older, but not too bad. We're looking to get new wide receivers, 100%. And then on defense, this is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot. The corners aren't great. Aaron Donald's the only even good player, I would say, except maybe John Johnson. And we're going to be getting rid of him. So the whole defense is going to need to be changed. And normally this is a 3-4 defense. I changed it because I'm going to be simming a lot of games, and 4-3 works a lot better. So I think it'll just go overall a lot smoother like this. So we're gonna sim, make some trades for the first season. We're not gonna really play any, and then for the second season and going forward, we'll probably hop in for, I'd say, about 50% of the games. I expect to do several episodes or several videos doing this rebuild. However, at the same time, who knows? I might be able to do it in like 2. So we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and do training camp. I'm just going to do all of the younger players if I can, and then I'm going to trade Aaron Donald, and I'll let you know what we get out of him. So after a long while trying to get this trade to go through, we finally got the Bears to give us their 2 first-rounders this year and their second. We're going to be giving up Aaron Donald. We are giving up a first as well. However, it's going to be 2 years down the line, and I think by then I'll have a team that's going to be at least winning some, so it won't be as bad. And then we're also giving up a 6th that year just to push it through. So the only reason we couldn't get more is because this 2024 first rounder, the top one for them, it's projected number 1. I believe it's the Texans. So is it the Texans? No, I don't know who it is, but it's ours now, I guess. but they're supposed to be really bad. So it's projected number 1 overall, and maybe I should have gone for a different team with 2 firsts for that reason, but I just wanted to get the highest picks possible because we're going to need them. We're going to need a lot of positions that are really good. So we got this trade to go through, and now I'm going to work on the training camp, I believe, and I'll get back to you if anything crazy happens, or we'll just start it up whenever we get to week 1. So, my bad. I accidentally lied. I forgot that I had to trade Matthew Stafford. We were actually able to trade him a second, fourth, and 7th to get the Falcons' first round pick next year. So, a little unfortunate that I'm giving up a second this year, but we already have 1, and I believe we have 3 firsts this year. Now we'll have 2 firsts next year. So, in terms of picks, now we're looking really good. I don't think we're going to be targeting anymore. So, like I said, I'll get back to you for season 1, or unless one of our players gets a depth trait upgrade during training camp. All right, so we finally made it to the regular season. We went 0-3 in preseason, which is kind of what we expected as a 75 overall team. For our season goal, we can I put 0 wins? That would be ideal. We're going to commit to 4, as that is that's shooting up pretty high, I would even say. We're going to auto-generate rookies. It's the beginning of the year. I don't feel like doing next year's class. Too early to tell. Plus, it's way more fun when you do this. And I'm going to be looking at a lot of these top players because realistically, I should be picking a lot of them as well. So we do have 3 top 5 projected QBs, all back-to-back, 3 through 5. These 2 look shorter, so you would think that they're going to be probably scramble or something. However, this dude's 6'4" and weighs less than both of them, which is intriguing. So maybe he'll be fast, who knows. I mean, we can use pretty much every position except running back right now. The one thing that I do want to take a look for, and I haven't got it yet, is I want to get a wide receiver that's taller than 6'6". I want like one of the 6'9" generated ones, and I haven't gotten one yet. Looks like it's a pretty decently deep class of wide receiver, which is good. I'm going to take a random guess and say, based on the fact that we haven't found one yet, probably isn't. I really want a 6'9" wide receiver at some point, though. I haven't gotten it, and I've done like 15 of these draft classes through my other franchises. So, however, Paul McGee looking to be the best player in the draft right now. We'll see how that comes around later on. With 3 top 3 QBs, there is a high likelihood that we're going to pick one of them, but also we're going to want to make sure we have them all fully scouted so we can see what we're looking at. Now, we did have a preseason standout in Jordan Fuller, and if he gets 2 combined interceptions or pass deflections, he will continue his breakouts. I think the first one's experience, and the next one would be a depth trait upgrade. So we'll see. Now, because we traded Matthew Stafford, we're going to be starting Stetson Bennett, I believe is his name. Yeah, neither one of these is going to happen, but at least we have Cooper Kupp, so that's cool. Say passing game. Yeah, just throw our rookie QB into the deep end. I believe it's Stetson Bennett, right? And I think he actually has a chance to be a really good QB in the league. I just, as a 25-year-old in Madden as a rookie, that's super low overall. Really not expecting a lot. However, we do have the Chiefs playbook on, so it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible that he can get 2 passing touchdowns. So we'll hit show flashes. Now the one thing that before I commit to making my tier 3 scout QBs, right? What I want to do is I want to see. Oh, it's a really deep QB class. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make our tier 3 scout for QB. I just wanted to make sure, because if it was just the top 3 that were going to be good, what I could do is just make them my focus scouts throughout the year and get those to 100% and scout pretty much every other position. Region breakdown, though. Strengths are going to be wide receiver and quarterback. I mean, that's pretty much ideal for what we want. So we're going to make that happen. Pretty good tackles in the West. However, I don't think I want to use my tier 2 on that. I want to use my tier 2 on wide receivers. And it looks like, oh wow, Emmett, Foley, Matthew White, and AJ Franklin are all... Okay, so we're going to want tier 1 QB for Southeast. We're going to want tier 1 QB for North. For both Easts, we want QB tier 1s. Central, we're going to want wide receiver tier 2. Okay. I'm just going to take this a little at a time. Fire you. Fire you. We're just going to fire them all, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, let's start with her. First one, can we get a QB wide receiver one? I don't think it really matters, honestly. But you know, it also doesn't really hurt if we can. I don't see it. I would rather do Mr. Wesley Hale. Now, for tier 2, we said we want wide receiver in the central. And if we just keep scrolling, we can hire Greg Jennings. Am I tripping, or is that like a familiar name? It sounds extremely familiar. What were the other ones? 2 QBs. And I think the other one we want to do O-tackle. So we'll hire one O-tackle. Hire Mason Sheets. And we just want one more QB all the way down here. Alright, let's see if we can nail this first try. And then this one would be West, if I'm correct. Alright, did we get it all right first try? Yes, we did. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. I think our scouts are set. Now we are going to take one last look before we cut later on. Yep, so I'm probably going to just sim it week by week, but I'll probably tune you guys in at week 8 and do a mid-season check. Unless something crazy happens in between. And we'll see. But other than that, let's go. Alright, so we finally got the option to re-sign some of our free agents, so I thought I'd do a quick rundown. We're absolutely keeping Cam Akers. Now, in real life, I would probably never do this. But, you know, this is far from real life. And frankly, Cam Akers is a really high overall for what I feel like he should be. No offense to him, but he hasn't really showed me anything to be in the ways. However, in the game he is, and we'll take it. He's going to be the one piece we don't have to worry about for the rest of this rebuild, which is really nice. John Johnson, I am comfortable doing a 3-year deal with. We really don't have a lot of cap room. We just also don't need to re-sign a lot of people, so it should be fine. Jordan Fuller, I'm fine with a 5-year deal at this contract money rate. Van Jefferson is an interesting one. I think worst case scenario, he's a good backup for us, so I feel like I'm okay with that. So I apologize for the cutoff on re-signing players, but we pretty much saw everyone we needed. And now we have our mock draft too. We're 0-7, by the way, and we just played the Cardinals 2 weeks ago, we were both 0-5 at the time, and we won the tanking game because we lost. So now we have the mock draft 2 up right now. This is at the mid-season point, and we are projected picks 1, 5, and 6, with the Cardinals being 2 and 3. Interestingly enough. So, based on what I'm seeing out of this class, we can get whatever QB we want. And Emmett Foley is a scrambler who is top 5 projection. So we'll find out very shortly if he's going to be worth that pick. And there's a ton of other QBs to look at as well. Now, the one player that really struck me wasn't the left tackle that has me projected, but rather the right outside linebacker, Terrell Watts. And he looks really good, to say the least. A tackle, B block shedding, A to C zone and pursuit. As a speed rusher, having A to C zones pretty solid. His athletics are just all really, really good. He's not elite necessarily at anything, but he looks super well balanced. Now, what it's going to come down to is probably his finesse move. If his finesse move is really good, if it's an A, I can't pass up on him. So I'll probably take him more than likely at one of these picks, as well as a QB. And we're just going to keep looking down the board. This Jamar Allen cornerback is 6'4" and has A-man B zone B press. He looks really good. This looks like a good draft class, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can lose out, honestly. That would be super ideal. And if we're really lucky, then the Cardinals will start to win a few more games, and we'll get an even better draft pick for the other ones. Like I said, we're 0-7, so we're just going to slowly sim, and you'll probably see it right at the end of the season, unless we get like a depth trait upgrade or something crazy. So, adios. All right, so we played the Cardinals obviously again, and they ended up losing that one. So then we were both 1 win each, and for some reason they were ranked lower than us. So they actually ended up winning one more game in like the last 3 weeks, which means we are guaranteed the first pick, which is absolutely fantastic. Can you believe it? We really missed playoffs. It's pretty surprising. I feel like our team really was right where it needed to be, and they just couldn't do it. I don't know how our defense jumped up to the overall that it's at right now, but that's fine, I guess. Doesn't matter now. Next year's the year we're gonna really actually put in effort. We're gonna probably play the first game. Maybe not. I don't know. We still might not be ready to be a winning team by next year. No, I mean we have 3 first rounders, so we'll see. We'll see. Let's just slowly sim through these playoffs. I don't think I'm gonna stop recording and just cut to the next part, just because this is gonna go by really fast, I think. So you're just gonna have to bear with me as we see a Bills versus 49ers Super Bowl. Who do we think's going to win? I'm gonna say 49ers. 49ers usually are pretty good in sim. In real life, I would probably have the Bills. And the 49ers do get it. Let's take a look real quick at the last end of year rewards. Brandon Ayuk wins Super Bowl MVP. That's pretty crazy. Mahomes won MVP. Zach Taylor got Coach of the Year. Nick Chubb wins Offensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald, our traded player, ends up winning Defensive Player of the Year. Anthony Richardson, Offensive Rookie of the Year, so he had a good year, I guess. Kind of sucks to see Aaron Donald did that good, but we did get like 2 firsts and a second out of it or something like that. So it's not all bad, We're fine. Sean McVay extends his contract, I guess, or maybe they just didn't cut him. So we're gonna upgrade all our players real quick. Should we gander at the retirements just in case? We don't really have a lot of money, despite trading 2 of our biggest salary cap hits, which is always awesome, Don't you love being not rich? Slowly working our way to this draft. I'm really looking forward to it. We have some good picks, I think. I know we have pick 1, and then the rest is a little bit of a question mark. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals will have pick 2, and we actually get to find out right here. I'm pretty sure they'll have pick 2. They might still have 2 and 3. We'll see in just a second. So we're going to pick 1. Our other pick slid. So our other, I think it was our 4th, right? No, we had 5th and 6th. So maybe the 6th stayed the same. Who knows? The other team went on a little bit of a winning streak, unfortunately. and that's going to be pick 11. So, wow, they are considering drafting a really bad QB right there. Yeah, I'm going to draft this safety for sure. Terrell Watts, I think, is going to be my draft player, actually. We'll see here in just a little bit when we fully scout him. Matthew White, good luck to the Buccaneers if they actually draft him. Bucks are actually my favorite team, so that's crazy. See, this is interesting. Emmett Foley earlier in the year was around 1 to 2 talent and has apparently fallen. So the ratings got adjusted throughout the college season. And now the QBs look really bad. Like, they looked really good going into it. That's kind of bad for us. I was actually probably going to draft him at Foley. He looks pretty solid when you see that he's 6'4" and a scrambler. That's always exciting. Now, AJ Franklin might end up being the pick. Actually, if Colby Patterson is more down the board, I'll probably pick him. He's also taller, which is, I don't know how much it matters in Madden. Kind of a big deal in real life. We don't really want short kings at our QB position. This just got a lot more interesting, actually. There's a part of me that still wants to draft him at Foley, because if you know that he's only solid to good speed, but he has great to elite throw power, which is I don't understand how he's going to be around 2 to 3. I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at his stats; they don't look terrible. I guess that's just the way it is. But oh well. Let's get to this draft slowly. Well, actually, we have free agency first, now that I think about it. We don't care about any of the rest of the players we have to re-sign. Free agency could be big. Now, I probably won't go crazy here, because we're going to have to pay our draft picks a lot in the first place, but also, as much as I would love for next season to be a winning season, I don't know if the team's ready for that. Austin Eckler's up here, which is definitely intriguing. The one position we don't need, however. See, like, Rashawn Gary's extremely tempting. We're not a scheme fit for him. But if we changed our scheme fit just to sign him, we could probably get him for, like, probably around 20 mil a year, I'd imagine. It's just good. It would take so much salary cap. And although he'd probably be worth it if we were looking to win in the next year or two, I don't think I can extend it that far. See, Josh Allen's actually probably more interesting to us, because he really likes our market. And wow, how do I pass up on this? See, we would just change him to an edge rusher. We'd put him at the end, which isn't really what he's meant to play necessarily. But it really could work. And I would feel comfortable. What if we did 6 years at this rate? What are we talking? I really like the odds of him being really good. We'll even bump up the contract. I think that's kind of a risky move, because what happens if I don't know what our salary cap next year is going to be, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be bad, if I'm being honest. We'll take just a quick peek at the rest of the players here. See, like, Patrick Queen would be really good too. I would actually really love for Patrick Queen. We just probably can't afford these players. I could move around some of our players that are taking up big salary cap hits, because, like, for a young middle linebacker at 82 overall, I feel like this is I'll just put in 6 years for him. This is going to go bad. I'm going to run out of money so fast. Yeah, we probably won't sign him anyways, so we should be okay. And Jordan Brooks is even down the board. Oh. Okay, never mind. We're sorry, Patrick. You're no longer of interest to us. Let's just do like the worst deal ever, so he's not even tempted. And we're going Devin White, 100%. He's up to superstar, and he's very interested in us, which means we can probably get him pretty cheap, I'd imagine. We'll go 5 years, maybe lower the bonus a little bit. It's gonna be about a 4 out of 5, I think. I think I'm comfortable like making sure we get him, honestly. So let's go 6 years. That's tough. We'll say 5 still, and we'll actually just bump it up. I'm pretty sure we'll get Devin White now. I feel like it's a really good pickup for us if we can get him. Because like the 2 players that I'm looking to get right now are going to be good long term. So we'll see. We're going to evaluate the offers. And we end up getting both of the ones we wanted. Perfect. Okay, we just got 2 linebackers. Team's going to be looking a lot better. And now we are in a win now mode. Our defense just got a huge boost. We're going to have 3 first rounders. I believe like 2 seconds. One of them should be really high too. Actually, both of them should be really high. So we're looking pretty good right now. Should I even take a look at this mock draft? I don't even know if it's worth my time right now. Yeah, that is not going to be our first pick, I can assure you. Terrell Watts probably will end up being our first pick. He is only C zone, but he's a speed rusher, so I don't care. In fact, let's take a look and see real quick. What's his finesse? It's A to B. I mean, if it's A, and he's got great speed, great strength, great acceleration, I mean, we're gonna take him. I mean, he's our first round pick. I'm not gonna pass up on him. More than likely, I should say. I should clarify. And then QB is gonna be super interesting because that's a lot more complicated now that all the QBs dropped in overall. Nope. We're going to go to the last week of the off season, pick our focus players. Is it taking a long time to load? I don't think you guys can hear it. I certainly hope not. But I've been listening to country music throughout this, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty hard for me to resist to singing it. Very difficult. Okay, where is our boy? Do we even... Okay, hold on, we want to see this dude. Does he look incredible or no? Oh. Oh. Well, hold on now. This just got way more confusing for me. What do I do now? Because he was only 50%. Oh, this just got so incredibly complicated. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, we just signed Jonathan Allen. No, not Jonathan Allen. Josh Allen, the linebacker. So now what? Interesting. Okay, let's just finish scouting. This tackle is not very good, which is bad for us. Man, sometimes I feel like the ratings on the right don't really matter as much as you'd think. Do I scout Earl Wall? I think I'm going to scout Roger Silvers just in case he's absolutely insane. And then I want to get this dude fully scouted. Oh, I already did? Oh no, what did I? I didn't. Who else did I pick? Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is fine. I've got a lot of question marks going into this draft, which is not good when you're the first pick. You want to have it set in stone, one clear cut, first overall pick. Let's advance. We're not going to go into the draft quite yet. We want to see what these guys came out to. I feel like this is taking a while, but honestly, I feel like if I don't explain everything that I'm thinking as I look at this, then it'll be a little confusing. Wow, so both of these QBs actually jumped up the board, which means they're more likely to be drafted now. See, Terrell Watts isn't even like expected or a top 5 talent. What was the other guy? Jeremy Camp? Do I take him first if I don't know if it's worth it? I mean, he looks like an absolute baller of an athlete. I mean, really what's just selling me is A finesse, right? Which, to be fair, the other outside linebacker has. I kind of want this Tyson Bayless guy down the board, right? If I can pick him at like 11 or whatever it is, the last one, I'll probably do it. I wish I looked at the wide receivers more. I really wish I looked at the wide receivers more. Like that tackle could still be really good too. Who did I miss? I missed someone that I was trying to look at. Oh, Roger Silvers. Oh yeah, he was trash. Okay, well that was a waste. All right, well, if you guys don't know, little tidbit, I guess. The last two mock drafts, and occasionally mock draft 3, are almost like 100% accurate, excluding your picks. So you can almost always rely on these to be like just surefire bets to get the players you want, right? So, see, the thing is I can wait to take the other outside linebacker at 6, right? Yeah, I can wait to take Jeremy Camp at pick 6. And then we can get Bayless at 11, which is perfect. I'm so uncertain of what I want to do now. This got significantly more difficult. Where are the other QBs? Are they even expected to go in the first round? That guy isn't. Yeah, well, we're definitely not drafting QB in the first round then. Realistically, I could draft both outside linebackers. And then trade one? I literally don't know. I'm at a loss for what's the best move here. All right, I'm dragging this on too long. We've just gotta pick in the moment. I think I'm trading out of the first spot. Is where I'm leading right now. So if we start drafting, I mean, first overall pick, we can get a lot. So it's just gonna be really tempting. Trade away pick, review offer. Wow. 3 firsts, 3 seconds. 3 firsts, a fourth. Oh wow. This. Do I do it? Do I trade it away for like a lot more picks? Where do they pick? Pick 12. Oh man. I think I'm going to trade it to the Dolphins. I think I traded to the Dolphins. Now, I'm not getting... Wow, this is tough. I'm so conflicted right now. Do I just take it and never look back? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is what you play the game for. We're going to trade out the first spot. We're going to trade out of it, even though we were by far the worst team, and it's not really looking up for us yet. Advance to the next pick. Who did they trade up for? They traded the house for Paul McGee. McKee. They do end up taking the wide receiver, which is pretty wild. Denario, I'm not saying that last name. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I didn't even see him until just now. But okay, Terrell Watts does go. I think we're just safe to trade, not trade, excuse me, to go to our pick. And yes, our guy is still here. We know who we want. We want that outside linebacker. We're going to run him and Josh Allen on the edge. It should be fantastic. Jeremy Camp, hopefully you are good, buddy. I don't like picking players this high when I don't know exactly how good they are, but... Oh boy, normal dev is not good. I have a bad feeling we just made a huge mistake. But you know, it happens in the NFL. So, advance to the next user pick. We're not even going to take a look at the players taken ahead of us. I don't want the pain. Zach Wilds finally goes. Wasn't he supposed to go like top 5? Well, he falls to pick 10 to the Jags. Who knows? They might have found their right end of the future. Now we know these QBs are definitely worth it, right? Not because of their talent being worth it right here, but I mean, when you get your franchise QB, it's always worth it. However, I know what I want. I want this tight end. So we're going to take him. And we're not going to look back. Hidden Dev, 84 speed, 88 excel. He is 6'5" and is a vertical threat. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is insane. Every route running for him is A. He might be a generational tight end. It's entirely possible. Now this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, right? We have some question marks. When do we want to risk passing up on a QB? Because we know they're supposed to fall to the second round. But can we rely on that? Let's look at Luke Griffin. There's always a chance that one of these wide receivers, too, is just absolutely blazing speed and you can't pass up on him. Now, Luke Griffin is not that guy. He's not that dude. Let's take a look at Foley's speed. We didn't look at it earlier. I don't remember. Actually, I think it wasn't great, right? Yeah, it was only good. He does run really fast at the Combine and Pro Day, but not worth it. It's just not worth it. There's not like a bona fide player worth picking right here. There just isn't. Earl Wall would be the most tempting one. Running in the 4.4s and 4.3s, being a solid athlete with not great route running, unfortunately. But is that something I'm willing to get past? I mean, he's 6'2". I just don't know if it's worth it to take him right here. I didn't look where he was supposed to be drafted, which was just a big mistake. He is kind of down the board, though. Like, late first is what he's looking like. The center could be really good, but we didn't look at him. The last person we'll look at is this linebacker, and then if not, we're trading back. That's what's going to happen. I think it's the best for the team. That is interesting. That is... We already have our outside linebacker, I guess. There's like literally no point. Look, the top 5 projected players to go are QBs. What I want to do here is if I can trade back to the mid to late first and still get that wide receiver, that would be perfect. I think that's what we want to do. We'll see how realistic it is. The Raiders just want to offer us... Okay, interesting. We can pick up 2 firsts. I don't know if I can pass on that, I'm going to be honest. Unless I find, like I said, yeah, welcome to the 49ers, whoever they're about to pick. 2 firsts is just, I mean, it's too good. Skip ahead to next pick. I just want to see what they wanted.
It's now the
Michael Bernard, nice.
selection.
Do I want to go like pick by? Yeah, I kind of want that Earl.
The New Orleans
Dude, if I can get him at like
clock.
pick 22
With the next pick,
I think it's worth it, right? We get a probably really good wide receiver. And we have so much draft capital. Like, it's kind of insane if you don't if you haven't been paying attention.
The Baltimore Ravens
Matthew White goes. Poor Ravens. Why did you guys do that? Did you not re-sign Lamar? What? He wasn't a free agent.
On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks.
Do I want to risk going into one? Probably not, but we will. Okay, view your draft board. When is this wide receiver supposed to go? I'm sure the Texans are looking at wide receiver right about now. There are just like better wide receivers projected, supposedly. I want Earl Wall. And I'm probably going to risk it right here. I think Texans and Packers could both go. Wide receiver. Skip ahead one more. All right, we played a risky here doing that, but we're going to trade for the Broncos. We're going to trade for the Broncos. Get the guy we want. If it goes poorly, it goes poorly. Our cap room isn't bad, I don't think, because of how much we traded down. Here's the Broncos pick. I could just trade for really good players, but we don't really have the cap room. And overall, our team is really bad, so I don't think that's the play. I would rather give up this pick and then maybe a 4th. What is the rest of our draft capital? We've already taken 2 firsts? Or did we trade? No, we still have a first. That's what it is. We have 2 seconds. And then next year we have 4 firsts. Oh, that's where the draft capital went. Yeah. I don't think the Broncos will take this. Okay, what if I upped it to take 38? Does that make you any more tempted? A little bit. We'll go second next year as well. We'll go 2 seconds. However, I want that extra 6 picks higher if I can get it. What do you think? Almost have it. We'll go 5th as well, and that'll push it. That'll be it. We'll get a wide receiver we want. Hopefully he develops fast. Underneath Cooper Kupp's leadership, make your selection, pick player. There are 2 wide receivers ahead of him, so who knows? They could be way better, but we just don't know. So we're going to take Earl Wall right here. Hopefully, if he's had hidden dev, I think we're set. He is. He's 93 speed. I think it's a good pick. Face value, it looks really good, at least. Now skip ahead to next user pick. The best part about taking the 49ers 32nd overall pick is this player is still going to get the 5th-year option if we make it that far into this franchise. Which probably, well, you know what? This team's pretty bad. It might happen. Which QB do we want is now the big question. right? This guy is 22. He's 5'11". He skipped the combine. Interesting. He has a cannon. However, he doesn't seem to be quick, which is unfortunate. He has F stamina, but B injury. I mean, stamina is probably not the most important thing, especially if they're a pocket passer. So AJ Franklin, definitely worthy of this pick, no doubt about it. However, Colby Patterson might be better. He's also 22. Marginal speed, but elite throw power as well. Also F stamina, but he has A injury. Really good accurate quarterback. Marginal speed is kind of throwing me off a little bit, not gonna lie, because his acceleration's good. I was like pretty much certain I was gonna go with Patterson, but that speed kind of throwing me off. 4.83. What is the difference in the college pro day? This is kind of a big decision, believe it or not. Not this guy is significantly slower. Okay, all right, I'm doing it. I'm gonna go against probably what my original gut was telling me, and we're gonna pick up AJ Franklin. And I might do something even crazy. That is ugly. You hate to see that. Now we're going to skip to next user pick, right? Which is pick 6. It's only 5 more picks. And Colby Patterson goes right there. I was gonna pick them both. I was gonna take them both. Wow, that one stinks. That one is not fun. We could take Roger Silvers, guys. Don't worry. Is there anyone here that looks like they're worth taking a shot at? We already got our tight end. This cornerback, very zone heavy, huh? Bobby Collins might not be terrible. We don't draft terrible though. Okay, yeah, we found our guy, Jamar Allen. Oh my goodness, probably the steal of the draft if he ends up being as good as he looks right here. Great speed too. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be an LA Ram. 94 speed, 6'4" and hidden depth. Yes sir. That was fantastic. I'm so glad I almost was looking at trading it, but I'm glad we didn't. Advance to next user pick.
The Los Angeles Rams are up.
Now I probably will end up trading this one too, because we can get a second next year for it, I'm sure. And a lot of the time these players just aren't that great. However, never mind. I don't want to trade it. Oh my god, this guy looks really good too. Justin Lastly. He's 5'10", so he's not going to be quite as great. A lot slower. It's going to hurt to pass on him. But we need some protection for a rookie QB. This guy's probably going to be right at the talent of where we're drafting him, I think. But he actually looks pretty solid overall. We'll draft him. Hidden dev, that's what we need. And offensive linemen, it's really hard to get those higher. Getting a QB with normal dev is whatever, because it's pretty easy to get that upgraded. But getting hidden dev on the O-line's insane. So now we're going to skip to the end of the draft. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. But the draft's always the most enjoyable part anyways. We're going to sim to the end and take a look at hopefully some of the best players in the draft on our team. I'm nervous, but our overall looks like it went up on defense quite a bit. I don't know if that's relative to this or not. Oh, that tight end was good. That's good. And Camp was a 76, so he's worth it, I think. Wall ended up being a 74 and hidden devs, so that's good. Franklin ends up being a 74, which for QB isn't bad. Yeah, Josh Allen steal a draft. Did I say Josh? My bad. Jamar. And then Tago ended up being a 72. I did really well, actually, getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players. However, I would like to point out Bayless was a round 1 talent and ends up being a 78. He wasn't even a top 5 talent. So that means this was a really, really good draft. And I was expecting better. I guess he technically still would have been top 5 talent. He was tied for it, however. Where McKee ends up being a 79 overall. I don't know, I wasn't as excited to get him. However, Jarvis Banks down the board in the 3rd round actually ends up being a steal of draft. We would have never looked at him realistically. And they have Jonathan Taylor, so they might end up trading him at some point. Interesting. Yep. Nope, we're gonna keep looking at this. A lot of great players in this draft. Jermaine Hunter ended up being a 79. That might have been worth it, but we ended up getting great players down the board. And actually, Clayton Wynn ends up being an insane corner. Am I tripping? Or was that not one of the corners we looked at down the board? Do we miss out on? Oh, yes, I want to see that QB. That's right. That's what I was looking for. All the way down here. Emmett Foley actually went first, and then it was Colby Patterson. Was he hidden dev? He wasn't. Okay, I feel a lot better. I feel significantly better. The last thing that I really want to do is I want to see if that Emmett QB, Emmett Foley, I want to see if he was hidden dev, and he actually was definitely the QB I should have gone with. 94 throw power. Don't tell me he has good speed. It's 84, which is pretty good. Let's see, what was his dev? Oh, this is gonna hurt my soul. Just be star. Okay. He ends up being like what? He was 1 overall worse than mine? 73, we got a 74. Man, I regret that. Actually, not a big speed difference. 5 speed. That's odd that it was ranking him so much lower than that. So Jeremy Camp was our first pick, and he was normal dev, unfortunately. However, he ends up having 81 finesse and 86 speed, so he's still really, really good. It just sucks when they don't get that hidden dev. Next, we took Bayless, who ended up being incredible. Really good wide receiver, tight end mix. Has almost exactly my haircut. Interesting. And let's cheat, and we won't unlock his hidden dev, but we are gonna take a peek at it. And it is Superstar X Factor. Unbelievable. We drafted a generational tight end, I think. I would have thought it goes higher than 78, but honestly, rookie tight ends in real life aren't really good to start out their career. He's going to be insane. Like, absolutely incredible. That just made the whole draft. Like, we already had a great draft, but that just topped it off. Getting an X Factor tight end, those are like 1 in a million. Earl Wall ends up being star, which is what I pretty much expected. But he's also really fast, so that's good. Franklin, we know is normal, right? Jamar Allen was also hidden dev, and he looked so good down the board. Like, really, really good. He was around 1 talent, and he ends up having star dev. That one's slightly more disappointing, but it's also not like that big of a deal. And then the last one we got was Max Perry. Almost all offensive linemen are going to be star dev when they're hidden. But we will just double check. And he is star. Alright. So I'm going to update the lineup just really quick, get all the players situated, and we'll take a look at the team, and that'll be the end of the video. It probably went on longer than I wanted, but, it was an entire season, so you will see it right now. Well, guys, I was going to just show you the upgrades, but I figured I'd go ahead and do the training camp and preseason, and then just show you the team right before week 1. And Cooper Kupp mentored Earl Wall to have superstar depth. So I think that completely skips his hidden. But also now he just has superstar. And he might still have the hidden, but we'll see. That's absolutely insane. So I guess that's pretty sick. I didn't really plan on doing a whole lot uh, to end the video, but that's pretty insane. Like I said, I'll just show you the team, but I'm gonna finish the preseason real quick. Here we finally are. This is the roster going into this next season. We're an 80 overall. Not insane, but we have a lot of young players to develop, including our rookie QB, who hopefully doesn't take long to get a depth trait upgrade. We still have our X Factor tight end, who's about to actually already have that revealed because of minicamp. Now, Tyler Higbee went up to superstar, so the question has to be asked, do we trade him? I'll leave that till the next episode to decide. The next video. Wall ends up being a superstar already, and now we have Tutu Atwell playing third, and Jefferson's better than Atwell, but he's a lot older. So we're going to have Atwell playing over him for now. On the defensive side of things, Devin White now leading the middle linebacker spot. We moved Ernest Jones to outside. Now, Young here is actually an edge rusher, but I don't know how much it'll matter in Sim. Safeties, same safeties as last time. And then when you get to the D-line, the edge rushers are so much better. DT is going to take a lot of work, but that's all right. And then, of course, our stud of a cornerback that we got in the second round, Allen leading the charge. And then on the specialists, we have Cam Akers playing every down, Cup in the slot, and Witherspoon in the slot. So that's the team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to upload the next one within a few days, probably, maybe a week, who knows. But I'm already looking forward to using this team, so we'll see. And I'll shut it down for here. So adios, amigos.